Right, it's round two of our Duskmourn top eight mega draft. We have Maranda, Black Canary, with trying to run back the Simic winning strategy from Boomborough draft here against Aaron, who we just saw come out of that hour and 15-minute slugfest. Very grindy card advantage battle in the first round. Basically turning right around and having to play another match right away. So, what do we got going on in Aaron's hand? Looks like Miranda's going to be mulliganing here.
Aaron kept 4 lands, so 3 swamps and an island. Fester Leech is a turn 1 play. Then there's Geist Wave and Drag the Canal, which is a couple of instants. One interacts with the board, one only interacts with the board if something died.
Yeah, we had 2 islands and 5 green cards getting mulliganed here. Now we're looking at 6 lands and an ongoing investigation, which is not what you want to see. I figure you kind of have to keep it though, sadly.
That's a mulligan. That would mean Aaron faced a multi-5 on both game ones.
Yeah, I think mulliganing to 5 is just yeah. Miranda's like I'm certainly unhappy, but can't really justify going to 5. All right, so I immediately find out what the white is for in her deck because she does have all 3 colors, blue, green, and white, and it's for the Tameo Field Researcher. So both of them are pretty even on deck size here, 69 versus 68. But this
We,
Lazav might just run away with the game here. We got ongoing
yeah,
investigation, and we got a 4 drop and a 5 drop and 3 lands. So
yeah, I wasn't lying. That was just a top deck.
Miranda had, if you remember, some really good cards. Euro, the Hauntwood Shrieker, the Axebane Ferox, the one where you have to collect evidence to target it.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was
This
another
is
green mythic too.
we're immediately seeing synergy here as Lazav exiles something that was milled last turn with Fester Leech. He's deciding to, instead of push 2 more damage, hold up Geist Wave or Drag the
Right, so
Canal.
she's got grapple with the past here, which is not exactly the play you want to do at this juncture in the game.
Yeah, or crack the clue is also the other play. I see an Organ Hoarder in the graveyard now. It's not really
That's not
something
the
you want
card
to
you
turn
want to
red off.
copy, unless your opponent's at 3 life. All right, got the Drownyard Explorers here, but it's just going to take some more damage.
Miranda didn't mill anything worth copying, is he?
There was a 1/3 flyer, so no.
So Unscrupulous Agent and Persistent Specimen is in hand.
Yeah, so again, this is sort of what Aaron's deck is doing, pecking away for a couple damage, drawing a card, just getting these little pieces of advantage that just add together to form, very very strong
Mhm.
strategy like we saw. Unscrupulous agents
Aaron,
coming down.
Aaron's not a fan of doing the damages. Putting little guys out. He had an Overwhelmed Archivist to play out as well this turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of what I described like when we saw his deck at first. It's kind of just remove stuff and win with whatever. Play a two
Yeah,
two,
so
play a 3/2, and just attack your opponent after you kill everything and draw cards. Like decks like this don't need like crazy finishers when you have as much removal as he ended up with.
his options were to crack Clue, Fester Leech, but he's holding up Geist Wave and Drag the
Yeah,
Canal.
so Miranda's deciding how to proceed here. Has the Drownyard Explorers in hand, has Organ Hoarder and Tameo as all castable spells. Um, if there's a removal, she's just going to be really, really far behind here.
So it's Geist Wave, not exactly, but good tempo.
I assume you just want to play Drownyard Explorer, the 2/4 that makes a clue.
Gonna cause a beating, but gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay, it's going for Organ Hoarder here just to dig for maybe more stuff to do in the future turn. Yeah,
If you
So a
saw
worse body, but a better effect when it comes in. Looking at clear shot here, or a byway courier, or a land.
um, a little punished, I guess, if the plan was to Geist Wave, the blocker, because this is a good ETB.
Yeah, if you're just
However,
templing to get in damage, though, you don't care that much because your opponent has to spend basically their whole next turn casting it again. So, like the card that they're getting out of it is, the usefulness is minimized when you have to tap out to cast a 3/2.
yeah, in this situation, it's not great to replay an Organ Hoarder. Getting beat down a little bit.
Yeah, just like had to mulligan, kept a hand that wasn't great, didn't draw anything to do early, and now seeing, seeing the punishment for it.
What was the keep there?
Took a byway courier, which is a 3 mana 3/2 that investigates when it dies. Yeah, so
Oh, sorry. This card summons a 2/2 if
yeah,
something
so
didn't die.
Aaron not needing to get fancy, uh, just plays this. Is he just gonna bounce and just attack all? I mean,
No, a murder was just drawn, so
okay,
it's kind of
even better. And he can also pump this Fester Leech, right? So opponent is very close to dead, actually, if he
yeah.
pumps.
I thought he opted not to
It's gonna
develop
be
board
8
last.
damage, right?
Yeah, I thought he opted not to develop board last turn, but the 2/2 is the part that
Yeah,
comes no matter
he's
what.
just going for blood here. He just says, I don't need to do anything else. I just want to get my opponent low. I want to give them close to no outs here. And yeah, not too much going on here. Can cast one spell and then it gets bounced and Miranda dies. So
So that was a pretty good draw. It started piling on
yeah,
the
I
damage
guess
there.
this is the play that like keeps you alive. So yeah, it's -2 is tap two things and
I,
basically they get a
I,
stun counter. Well,
yeah,
worse
yeah.
than a stun counter because you can't proliferate or whatever.
Well, it's a twist reality castable in hand right now. It's like GG. That's just it's checkmate because it's like a cancel. So
Yep.
basically over.
Yeah.
It does
So
cost
Aaron
blue blue.
says, I know you're low, but I don't want this to tap down my stuff again.
Yeah.
Because the thing about timing is you could minus twice if you really absolutely need to. So he says, yeah, I could get my opponent to 2, but it's more valuable that I lock them out of tapping my stuff down.
Yeah, it's easier to do that when you have the counterspell backup because he knows
And
it's no.
I mean, even if Miranda had a card that got her out of this, we know there's a counterspell, but we also know that there's no card to get her out of this in her hand. It's just a bunch of creatures. Yeah, so the white splash here, I see Tamio and I see Seized from Slumber. Yeah, she's running 29 lands, which I thought would be more what you would be running.
It's 28 here, but you saw it on stream last
Yeah, and he
game.
went to 27 actually for the last game, which I was skeptical, but no, I mean, he won. Look, I
Yeah.
didn't play in the league. These guys manage their deck size the entire league, obviously very well to get to the top 8. So you know they are capable of figuring out how many lands to run.
The only explanation. No changes yet. Just looking at the cards. I don't know what he knows about Miranda's deck.
I mean, they don't know anything. You know, the disadvantage of being the last match is that everybody can come and watch you. So Miranda saw probably a good portion of the deck.
The Tamio was passed through him as we saw on stream.
Yeah.
He knows where it ended up.
So she took out these very clunky like 5 mana 3/3 flash flyer.
Yeah, the
Brought
spirit.
in I think a pick your poison came in and something else.
In some in some matchup, that's like a Chupacabra, flying Chupacabra. But pseudo removal.
So pretty good mythics here in the deck from Miranda. Lots of rares. But
I
yeah,
noticed
just I
that
think it was a quick bad game. Yeah, just
the ward on the Ferox was quickly nothing.
yeah, Mirror Room, Axebane Ferox, Hauntwood Shrieker, Euro, Primal Adversary are all mythics. And there's a couple other rares too. The Ferox, which
I'm being
sometimes played out like a mythic if you couldn't kill it.
I'm being told that Miranda, who I'm not watching, brought in Culver down for sure.
Okay, yeah, the 4/5. Yeah, it's just a 4/5, just better than a 3/3. Flash. Yeah, so she's going to sideboard, accordingly here. Flourishing Hunter may be coming in here. 6/9, 6/6. Gain life equal to your
Yeah,
highest toughness among other creatures.
yeah, that wolf. I think it's a big wolf or
Yeah,
something.
6/9, 6/6.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you really
It's
wanted to go off with that in value, you played the 5/mana 1/13 right before it. You
Oh
can
yeah,
gain 13 life.
it's a big butt set.
Yeah, that was the supposed archetype for green black in that set, but green black archetypes have been famously vague as far as what they actually do. Yeah,
That 113 is actually in the sideboard for Aaron.
yeah. How many times have we seen green black graveyard matters be a deck, but never really told us what it is? All right. Yeah. So flourishing hunter in, deciding on the last cut here before we get. Looks like Briarbridge Patrol. Okay. It's just that 4/mana
Briar.
3/3 that you can
Oh yeah,
investigate when it deals damage to a creature.
I think it has some random rare text like on
Yeah,
the
if you
bottom of that.
sack 3 clues in a turn, you can put a creature into play at your end step.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not a good hand, sadly.
Same with Aaron, but it might be keepable. This is Siege Zombie and Pieces of the Puzzle along with 5 lands.
She's having to
She's
think
got to get
about
lucky.
it, but I don't think there's too much to think about if it's me. You got a Bear Trap, a Tameo, a Croaking Counterpart, a Rabbit Bite, Forest, Plains. So 2 uncastables. Okay, has kept it. So needs to draw basically creatures and islands.
Mhm.
So
I mean,
could be a rough
Aaron
go.
had Aaron's. I would have kept what Aaron did too
Yeah.
with the one creature and pieces of the puzzle, but he's rewarded because you drew a 3 drop Overwhelmed Archivist, so he's going to be able to go 2/3, 2 creatures.
All right. So step one of the mission has been accomplished.
Oh,
Just draw an island. Now step two is draw a creature. But you did draw break down the door, so I guess that is a creature.
break down the door. What is that?
That's exile an artifact or an
Manifest?
enchantment or manifest. What's this thing?
Yeah, that one.
It's the Shining.
Yeah,
Hey, it's my boy.
this is not ideal, but Siege Zombie wasn't going to take over the game this early anytime soon.
The
So
eavesdropper is going under the manifest, which is also going under the siege zombie bus here, and they're both dying. I mean, next turn's going to be a pretty good turn to resolve a Tamio, I would say.
wow. So yeah, Overwhelmed Archivist is most likely coming
So the
down.
start of missing a creature and an island, well, she got both. She got an island and she got a creature. I did
Pretty
say we
fortunate.
needed both. Yeah, I think I would do the safe thing and mulligan that hand, having like no relevant plays at all, having no creatures or no islands. But we drew the island, we drew the creature, all is well.
So Tamiel's coming down,
I imagine it might be.
and it taps 2 things for two
Yep.
turns.
Well, it taps it for 1 turn.
No, I mean they don't untap.
Yeah, yeah. They'll
Planeswalker's pretty
untap.
good.
You know, they're tapped for 2 of Miranda's turns.
Diver Scob was drawn last turn. Not
Yeah,
the ideal time for it, I guess. But
not quite.
there's
Yeah.
consider and
So
pieces
yeah. So this wonky
of the
looking
puzzle.
hand, which needed help, got the help it needed, and we're here now. Oh, it's got a +1 actually.
Making like as a card draw.
Yep.
Oh, you draw.
Okay, so it says target up to two creatures. Whenever they
Hold
deal
on.
combat damage until your next turn,
Yeah,
you draw a
great.
card.
I mean,
So
yeah,
what she did
great.
is targeted both the opponent's creatures, so they're both gonna hit the Tameo and kill it. But Miranda is gonna go up two cards.
I mean, that was my that was the top deck I was trying to say. Yeah, so
Okay.
it was pretty good top deck.
I mean, we got two cards out of it.
No, it wasn't not a bad planeswalker, but it also saved 5 damage, low key.
Yeah. So I might have tapped the creatures rather than do that. But if you tap, because if you tap the creatures, it means your planeswalker gets to live and then gets the plus like the next turn.
Nope. What card is that? Because Diverse Scout could tuck it or whatever the choice is.
The face down creature.
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't look like a good play anyway. Oh, now it's
Yeah.
murdered.
I think it was the overwhelmed archivist. At least it looked
So
like it.
murder was drawn. There's pieces of the puzzle, which is
Or maybe no.
not
Opponent has the overwhelmed archivist. This pieces of the
a good
puzzle is
choice here.
just. If only found one spell last time. Both times it was cast.
Can play out a Diver's Scout to exploit or not exploit. It's not that strong. I think he's
Yeah, I was never a fan of bouncing manifest just because you could be returning a relevant spell to hand.
looks like it's gonna start with piece of the puzzle. YOLOing.
All right, let's see.
Consider doesn't work. You do have consider. Oh, okay.
Well,
It's pretty
they
good.
hit this
You can
time.
see what
Pretty
it
good.
is. That's kind of great.
All right.
Awkwardly attack first. You could awkwardly attack
We
first.
worked really hard, but we got a divination.
Really hard. Murder Canal is a play that can happen next turn. What's the upside of killing something? You surveil 2 and gain 2 life.
And you
Remember
get a
that.
clue.
Oh, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a pretty big upside. Enough that you, unless it was like the last game against Michael, where he was just looking to push the damage. Or no, I think it was the last round. It was a game one here where he was just looking to push damage and flashed it in just like that. Um, in any sort of close game, I think you want to.
She does not know about the murder in hand, so there are
Yeah,
three
opening
black.
up your land to get destroyed is never exactly what you want. Does have a six drop in hand here, the flourishing.
Uh, does Diver's Scout say creature or non-land
I
permanent?
believe it's
I'm
a
gonna check.
creature, but I could be wrong.
It's supposed to be target creature's owner, so you can tuck the land or you can put the land on bottom, basically.
All right, so this is getting murdered. We're getting attacked, and then we're making a 2/2 and doing a bunch of other stuff.
And consider is even up, so that's gonna help the draws. Does he want an unscrupulous agent at this point? Is what he's thinking.
I mean, I think so. I would think that I would want that.
It's a good thing to Diver's Grab, I'll say that.
We've got a clear shot here, as well as croaking counterpart and the flourishing hunter. So you can cast flourishing hunter and gain three. That's got to be the play.
No clean answer to it yet.
All right, so a much closer game than last time.
Aaron decided not to consider end step because he knew the top card. It's kind of wasting the surveil.
I mean, this agent is going to hit an impactful card here because there's croaking counterpart and clear shot both in hand.
Croaking is flashback though.
I believe the agent exiles, but I could be
Whoa,
I
that's good.
could be
Oh,
mistaken.
murder off the top
Yeah, they've moved towards
opens
that
up.
in a couple of sets. The one in LCI also exiled from hand.
Yeah, yeah, murder off the top. So, what was the other card besides Croaking
It's a
Counterpart?
clear shot. The +1/+1, and it's a bite.
Mm-hmm.
We got an Axebane Ferox here, which is another pretty good one.
Yeah. So many things in need of removal for Aaron. For
Yeah,
Miranda.
and like I stated with Aaron's deck, he's just poking in with just random creatures, a 2/2 token and a 3/2 archivist, just poking in for damage, killing stuff, and hitting with whatever's there.
Ferox works though. It could even block. Does it have vigilance?
No, it has haste and death
And Diver
touch.
Scab. And it has death, so Diver Scab is not a good blocker on it.
Miranda's wondering, should I just race here? And the answer is no. I'm going to block.
Important Surveil
She
here.
said, I don't want to race. I want to block.
So I'm gonna keep a swamp on top or not, because you can play out the hand if so with Agent and Scab. Got a swamp anyway.
All right. Well,
Oregon Hoarder is a huge draw, I
Organ
think.
is nice too. Yeah. The art deck just works nicely together. Just these like little value creatures, some draw spells, a bunch of removal, just smooth. You know, he's not like
So,
dropping haymakers and crazy cards, but
so
he's
the
getting there.
play here, a good Agent into Diver's Scab, tucking the Ferox might be a good damage push. It doesn't feel great to tuck the Ferox because you
Yeah,
don't have a
and
good
it's
attack
a
on
big
it.
blow to lose like either of these cards, but I assume the croaking counterpart's going to be the one getting exiled.
I'm assuming she could collect evidence. What is it, 8
Why do you need to collect evidence 8?
on the Ferox
I believe
that
it's just
reward?
4.
Okay, so you can definitely do
Yeah, I thought
that.
it was 4, but don't quote me.
Oh, there's going to be a drain on innervation if you collect evidence. How about that?
Pretty good. I mean, that those cards were in the same set. I believe that's why that text is on that card.
Assuming there's a creature in the graveyard, I can't even remember. Oh no, I guess the exploit is going to make sure there's a creature.
Big decision here. I think clear shot's going to be better. Oh no, okay.
Hmm,
Actually, going
She
to get
doesn't know
rid of
that.
the clear shot and keep the croaking. Interesting.
She doesn't know that Scab is tucking a thing likely this turn. Maybe she'll develop Organ Hoarder. We'll see. Scab. I'm saying
Yeah,
it's Aaron who I'm watching.
we got it. All right. Yeah. So either Scob or Organ Hoarder coming down. It's got to be maybe. I
Scab
think
puts
it's
in
Scob,
4
right?
damage. It goes for 4 damage if you're counting the drain on innervation.
Yeah.
So
Very, very, very tight game here.
putting the Ferox on top means you know the draw, which is
But I don't know if
should
you
be just.
want to draw. I mean, I guess Ferox is an okay draw, but it's just okay.
It blocks the whole board, so that's why I'm thinking it's okay.
Okay, here comes the Scob, which I think was the play over a whatever else they were going to do.
Oh, trying to get rid of land. That doesn't push any damage. Maybe getting rid of land, but I don't think that's
I
right.
think you want to get some
Hmm.
damage in here.
It's or
You
lose.
also get
You can
the upside, right? Like when the ward actually is not a big deal and you actually get the benefit off of it. I mean, can we top this? I mean, I guess we have to for Miranda here.
that bear trap is what 4 mana
It's three
kills a
mana. It's just very awkward.
it kills an X3. So
Yeah, I think we did see when we looked at her deck a bit lower removal, so you know she's not too proud to put a bear trap in and be like, I just need to interact even if it's not efficient.
hey, how about disturb triggering innervation?
There you go. That'll do it.
Who thought of this?
Flashback as well.
That's actually a good attack. Oh, I guess there's a
Escape. Well,
equipment.
well, we saw in the first round Escape was triggering it when he was escaping that draw card spell,
Yep.
and he was triggering the Defiled Crypt. Yeah, like he's got some really he found some really interesting interset synergies that aren't really explored normally. Like there's not that many. It's very rare that you have cards that care about leaving your graveyard. That's not a common thread you see on cards, like saying when a card leaves your graveyard, do something. But he found a couple of cool cards, and he found a bunch of ways to do it, more than just a couple.
Yeah. That block is tough to do because you see the flyers coming. You see that it drains one, and a slice from the whatever it's called can't be countered is pretty funny.
Yeah, so
It's
that
going
so that one
forward.
is for 5 mana. You can just kill the Ferox clean, or you can just do this also. Yeah, that's brutal. That
Yeah,
might be getting towards the end of the game here.
found a play even better than Archivist, which
Yeah,
was
so
looking
drew a
pretty good at the
Briarbridge
start of it.
Patrol. She did cut one of them, and during sideboarding, she had two. Draws one here, and yeah, Aaron, like we saw in the first round, using these just little creatures, a bit of value here, a bit of value there, not playing like crazy insane bombs, but just doing just enough to get there.
Frog Hoarder.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we get another turn here because we can blow up Organ Hoarder. Or blow up the well, blow up the 2/2 token and block the Organ Hoarder, I guess.
But the drain, Archivist Drain.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, looking tough here. Okay, so
It's a lethal
unfortunately,
thing.
just dead on board now. After doing that, because of the soul enervation for lethal. Yeah, very impressive. This I really like the deck we ended up here with for Aaron. Miranda just, I mean, the first draw was very awkward, and this draw was a little less awkward, but a tough one here. So congratulations to Aaron. We'll be following him right into the finals, where he'll be going for a league victory here. So stay tuned for that. Be back for the finals.